This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of today's host team and MSPN Digital Television and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of today's host team and MSPN Digital Television.
This is MSPN Digital Television, promoting local teams and local athletes since 2017 in North Dakota and Minnesota.
Third time's a charm for the Otters. They're your Section 8 2A champions tonight. What's the victory here over the Monaga Braves?
Producing area youth and high school sports broadcasts, along with news, highlights, and scores of the area's semi-professional teams.
In the 2018 Clark Cup champions are the Fargo Force.
Also search MSPN DTV to follow us on most social media platforms for news, scores, and highlights of college sports. Plus the Twins, T-Wolves, Wild, Lynx, PWHL, Vikings, and so much more. MSPN Digital Television. Visit us online at our website, mspndtv.com. This MSPN broadcast starts right now. Broadcast booth for the pregame show on MSPN Digital Television.
All right, welcome to the 2024 state tournament. We're going to work on a technical issue here that is not related to the broadcast, and then we'll be right back with our opening commentary here.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hank! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered, but did he get 6 free wings?
Yeah.
No! That's why I love bourbon barbecue wings.
Wow.
That was something.
You didn't like it.
No.
I mean, I used to sing on cruises.
What made you stop?
The cruises. Bourbon barbecuing.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit doolittlesrestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, welcome back to Starting Bank Field. It's game 1 of 18, maybe 19, of the 2024 North Dakota State AA Legion Baseball Tournament. And game 1 kicks off here, or whatever term you'd like to use, with the Dickinson Rough Riders and the Jamestown Eagles. Dickinson will be the home team as they're the higher seed in the tournament, so Jamestown will be the visitors on the scoreboard. Your umpires today for this game between the Rough Riders and the Eagles, you got Mike Lean behind home plate. You got Reggie Jackson covering the first base side and Ryan Ingerman covering the third base side. Those are your umpires once again here for this contest here between the Rough Riders and the Eagles. So it's a double elimination tournament, so all 10 teams in the tournament are guaranteed at least 2 games. If they win 1 game, then they get 1 more game. And the road to Shelby, it's not a guaranteed road to Shelby, but the road to Shelby for North Dakota starts here at Starting Bank Field in Fargo. We'll take another quick break. We'll go over your starting lineups right after this.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
All right, here's your starting lineups. We'll start with the Jamestown Eagles. Batting first, and your starting pitcher will be number 9, Thomas Newman. Batting second, left fielder, number 12, Nate Walls. Batting third will be the catcher, number 1, Tyson Jorison. In the middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6 will be the third baseman, number 18, Jackson Colpin. The center fielder, number 13, Preston Gall. And the first baseman, number 5, Bennett Gaynor. The bottom of the order at 7, 8, 9 are the right fielder, number 16, Adam Sortland. The shortstop, number 28, Cale Verkey. And the second baseman, number 21, Ethan Otley. Your reserves for Jamestown are number 0, Mason Joseph. Number 4, Brenner Weber. Number 6, Derek Hadlewick. Number 8, Brandon Kaler. Number 11, Braxton Perkins. Number 17, Caden Hawkinson. Number 27, Isaac Webster. And number 33, Hudson Road. And those are your starters for the Jamestown Eagles. And now for the Dickinson Rough Riders, who are being announced right now, their batting lineup will look like this. Top of the order, 1, 2, 3, is going to be number 2, the second baseman, Camden Kubis. The third baseman, number 5, Jack Price. And the shortstop, number 15, Jace Kovash. In the middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6, you got the center fielder, number 3, Kyler Kudra. I think I spelled that wrong. I'm going to double check that. Number 10, the pitcher, Jeremiah Jillick. And number 6, Will Easom, the right fielder. In the bottom of the order at 7, 8, 9, you have number 1, Christian Tibor. Number 8, Easton Hugla. And number 7, Nick Sobolek in left field. And Hugla is the first baseman. Your reserves are number 12, Conrad Kopari. Number 9, Tyler Danbaum. Number 22, Kevin Olson. And number 24, Emerson Simino. So now they are doing the code of the Legion code, which they'll do before every game.
We take a moment to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
We'll keep it here for the national anthem.
Gentlemen, it's time to play ball.
All right. And once again, your umpires for this game behind the home plate calling the balls and strikes will be Mike Lean. On the first base side will be Reggie Jackson, and Ryan Ingerman will be on the third base side for the men in blue. And then two of those three will umpire in the second game, and Dave Kuntz will join in the second game today between Williston and Grand Forks, which will be our game that follows this one at approximately 7:30. Between myself, Brad Anderson, and Grant Hubbard, we'll have the play-by-play coverage of all 18, maybe 19 games of this tournament here for you here on MSPN Digital Television. And also, each game will have an independent watch link with the exception of the championship game. If in the event that we need two games to determine the champion, then both of those games would be on the same watch link. Otherwise, the first 17 games will have 17 independent watch links. If you haven't already seen the information on our Facebook and our X profiles, then you can subscribe or click Remind Me on the game of your choice or on all the games. All watch links are on our YouTube channel, and they're all inserted into the 2024 Legion Baseball playlist on our YouTube channel. And just for fun, we put the 2023, the 2022, the 2021, and the 2020 playlist right underneath it. In case you get bored and you want to watch some previous state tournament, it is our fourth full year of the state tournament here on MSPN Digital Television. Back in 2020, we did the Fargo games only, and that was at Bismarck Municipal Ballpark in Bismarck. And then 2021 was in Mandan. 2022 was in West Fargo. Last year was in Dickinson, and this year it's at Starry Bank Field here in Fargo. So once again, warming up on the mound here for Dickinson is Jeremiah Gillick. He'll be tossing him into the glove of Christian Tibor behind the plate. Easton Hugela at first, Camden Kubis second, Jace Kovash the shortstop, Jack Price in left, or at third, excuse me. And then in left field is Nick Sobolik, Kyler Kudra in center, and Will Easton in right field is your defensive setup here for the Dickinson Rough Riders. And it'll be Thomas Newman who'll lead it off here for Jamestown in the top of the first as we get ready to start this 2024 State AA Legion Baseball Tournament. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's 4:29 p.m. and we're underway 1 minute early with the 2024 State Tournament, and that first pitch is in for a strike.
429, sunny, sultry, 88 degrees.
I think, did he say 78 or did he say something else? I might have to check the temperature on my phone. I don't think it's 78 out there. Maybe he meant to say 87. I don't know. 1 ball, 1 strike Thomas Newman, Nate Walls, and Tyson Jorson. Your first three batters here for Jamestown. 2 years ago, Jamestown came 90 feet short of forcing West Fargo into the bottom of the 7th and potentially a trip into the regional tournament. And they've had an up and down season this year. Maybe they can turn it around in the state tournament. The wins, losses in that regular season don't necessarily matter as much, because as long as you win here, that's all that matters. For Dickinson, they are 6-12 in conference play this year. They are 3-7 playing at home, and they are, let me double check my numbers here, 3-5 when playing on the road. That'll be a direct ground out to first for the first out of the inning.
Batting second, number 12, the left fielder, Nate Walls.
So Nate Walls comes to the plate now. So once again, 6-12 in conference play here for Dickinson. 3-5 when playing away from home, and 3-7 when playing at home. They have been outscored by their opponents 119-57 this season. For Jamestown, they are 3-15 overall. 1-9 when playing at Jack Brown Stadium in Jamestown. They are 2-6 when playing away from Jack Brown Stadium. They have scored 38 runs this year, but they have allowed 134. So quick 3-0 count here to Nate Walls. We'll see if Gillett can cash in the free strike here on the 3-0 count. And he does. 3-1 the count now here to Nate Walls. So 19 more runs scored this season by Dickinson. And that'll be a walk. So we have our first base runner of the state tournament. And that base runner is Tyson Jorson. Or I'm sorry, it'll be Nate Walls. Tyson Jorson's the batter now. Jillick delivers a strike. 0-1. So that moves Jackson Colpin into the on-deck circle here for Jamestown. They'll try the pickoff attempt there, and a nice job by Hugel at first base to make sure that that one did not get away from him and allowing Walls to potentially go to second. Instead, we stay as we are. No balls and a strike. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That one's down a little bit low, but high enough for strike two. According to home plate umpire Mike Lean. The 0-2 pitch, and now throw up to second. It's going to go into center field. It's going to take a bounce, but with the slide in by Walls, he's not going to have the momentum or the opportunity to head over to third, so he will get credit for a stolen base. And we have our first stolen base of the state tournament. And we're at 1 ball and 2 strikes as that pitch came across for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second is Walls. Tyson Jorson, the batter here for Jamestown, as Gillick will set, look back at second, wind and deliver. And that one smacked right over towards Kubis, and he will pick it up, fire it into the glove of Hugela for the 4-3 ground out. 2 away, and the runner advances to third, and that brings up Jackson Colpin.
Number 18, third baseman Jackson Colpin.
And that one's launched into left center. Center fielder makes the catch, out 3. They'll strand Walls on third, and we have a half inning complete here at Starry & Bank Field in the 2024 State AA Legion Baseball Tournament. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the bottom of the first. Right after this, Dickinson to bat when we return in a moment here on MSPN Digital Television.
Who Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings go? The Hangster!
Hey!
What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs go.
Jimmy already got B-Dubs go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs go delivered, but did he get 6 free wings?
Yep.
No! That's why I love bourbon barbecue wings!
Wow.
That was something.
You didn't like it.
No.
I mean, I used to sing on cruises.
What made you stop?
The cruises. Bourbon barbecue wings!
Doolittle's Wood Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the first, and it's 0-0 with the Rough Riders coming to bat. Camden Kubis, Jack Price, Jace Kovash. It'll be Thomas Newman on the mound for Jamestown as he will get his final warm-up pitches in here as we go to the bottom of the first. I want to say a big thank you to Cindy subscribing to our channel, joining our channel with the replay pass. Thank you so much for the support, and we hope you enjoy the tournament, and that's much appreciated. Also, Darnell and Greg for tuning in. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Darnell asks who plays in the next game. Approximately 7:30 p.m. tonight. It'll be Williston taking on Grand Forks. The winner of this game, correct me if I'm wrong, will move on to play West Fargo. And then the winner of our second game tonight will move on to play Fargo Post 2 in the 5 or 5:30 game tomorrow. I can't remember the scheduled time slot for that third game tomorrow, but it's somewhere in the 5 o'clock area. Big thank you to our sponsors all season long and for the state tournament as well. Buffalo Wild Wings, Doolittle's Wood Fire Grill, Sweet Shots in Fargo, and Sanford Health for making tournament coverage possible here on MSPN Digital Television. Camden Kubis is the leadoff batter for Dickinson. He takes that first pitch for a ball. So once again, it's Thomas Newman on the plate, and we got ball 2 now here to Kubis. Tyson Jorison catching. You got Bennett Gaynor at first, Ethan Ottley at second, Cale Verkey at shortstop, Jackson Colbin at third, Preston Gall in center field, Nate Walls in left field, and Adam Sortland in right field. 2-1, and that one's going to be right into the glove of the first baseman, Bennett Gaynor, for out number 1 of the bottom of the first, and that will bring us to Jack Price.
Number 5, the third baseman, Jack Price.
Strike is called there for Price. Jack Price earlier this year when the Dickinson Rough Riders played Fargo Post 400, he had 5 plate appearances. He reached base on an error, had 2 hits and 2 groundouts in that game. This one popped up to the third base side, and a nice grab there by Colbin for out number 2.
Batting third, number 15, the shortstop, Jace Kovash.
Strike is called for strike 1. Once again, Jace Kovash. In that same game that I was telling you about a little bit ago, Kovash had 3 flyouts and an infield hit in that game, or in that doubleheader, I should say, against the Post 400 Stars here at Starry and Bank Field earlier this season. 1-1, the count now here to Jace Kovash. And there's a strike. 1-2. So West Fargo hosts the 2024 Central Plains Regional, so they'll get an automatic bid into that regional tournament. And then the state champion of this one will join West Fargo. Unless West Fargo is the state champion, then the state runner-up would join West Fargo at that regional tournament. That one's a little bit outside. We're knotted up at 2-2 now. 2-2, 2 outs. That one will drop low, and we'll have a full count, 3-2 here to Jace Kovash. So 2 away, no runners on, and potentially down to the final pitch of this half inning here, depending on what happens on this pitch. That comment brought to you by Captain Obvious, and that one's going to be smacked out towards right. It's going to drift foul and out of play, and we'll redo the 3-2 count. Payoff pitch number 2 from Newman. And that one pounces off the turf, and he'll run it out at first. Jace Kovash will get his second infield hit here at Starion Bank Field this season. Let's see if we get a nice bounce off the green right in front of home plate. It's spin off towards second, but they were not able to get the ball over there in time to toss him out, and he's on first base as a result. Goes into the books as a hit. Now Kovash takes off for a steal. Throw up seconds a little bit high, and he'll slide in safely for a stolen base. So that pitch came across as a strike. Kyler Kudra in the batter's box here for the Rough Riders. Quick little conversation between Newman and Jorison as Jorison will run the ball up to Newman. 12 minutes into the ball game now. Newman has tossed 12 pitches unofficially. Here's the 0-1. High, 1-1. And that one's hit well to left field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. That will score Kovash from second. It's an RBI single by Kyler Kudra, and that's our first run of the state tournament.
Batting fifth, number 10 pitcher Jeremiah Gillett.
And that one's fouled away at the plate. We're going to make an adjustment here because I'm trying to remember what I did last time when this scoreboard stopped working on me. Always happens that first game of the state tournament. Every single year. It's like a tradition. That one sneaks by the third baseman in the left field for a base hit.
Batting sixth, number 6 right fielder Will Iso.
Okay, so we still have 2 outs, and now we have runners on the corners at first and third, and we have a 1-0 ball game here in favor of Dickinson. And it works now. Woohoo! That's why I worked the first game of the tournament, just in case. So the batter is Will Yeason. And now it'll be Gillick stealing second. Actually, he won't steal second because that's the 3rd out of the inning. All right, so during the commercial break, we're going to fix the rest of the scoreboard in case Jamestown scores next. And we'll be back in a moment. Here, after 1 complete, it's the Dickinson Rough Riders 1 and Jamestown Eagles 0. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, welcome back. Top of the second we go. 1 complete, 1-0 Dickinson. It'll be batters 5, 6, and 7 for Jamestown. Start off with Preston Gall.
Number 13, center fielder Preston Gall.
We'll also see Bennett Gaynor and Adam Sortland descending. Jeremiah Gillick, 100% unofficially at 14 pitches. This will be pitch 15 in theory. After last year's state tournament, I don't hold my pitch numbers as seriously as I used to. 1 ball, no strike. And there's strike number 1. So 1-1 count now here to Preston Gall. I want to say hi to Jim tuning in from Denver, North Carolina. One of our faithful viewers. Always enjoy when I know that he's watching. 2-1 to Preston Gall. Here in the top of the second. Gillick winds and delivers. Outside, and Tibor could not frame it up. It'll be a 3-1 count. Ball, strike, ball, ball. And that one's outside. That'll walk Preston Gall. So second base runner on for Jamestown.
Number 5, first baseman Bennett Gaynor.
And Bennett Gaynor, the first baseman, steps up to the plate now. He'll get the signals from his coach at the third base side. One of 2 games today. Our second game will feature Grand Forks versus Williston. That one will start at approximately 7:30. So they try the pickoff attempt over at first there on Preston Gall to no success. And a nice crowd on hand here. Most of them are off the first base side, taking advantage of the shade. That one's going to be popped up, and it drops. And both Gillick and the second baseman, Cubis, kind of just lost it. It dropped to the right side of Gillick, and Gillick didn't realize where it was at.
Number 16, the right fielder, Adam Sortland.
Now, they will call an infield fly rule on that, I think, because an out's been recorded. One ball, no strike. Once again, the batter's Adam Sortland. One ball and one strike. Apologize for the darkness there. There was a filter turned on and I didn't realize it. And thanks to Darnell for bringing it up. Hopefully it looks better for you now. Hopefully it looks better for everybody now. One ball, one strike. So Gillick will set as Preston Gall gets a lead off on first, and swing and a miss there by Sortland for strike number 2. Ooh, that was dangerously close inside. He just missed it. We're even at 2-2. Ball, strike, strike, ball. Once again, your umpires are Mike Lean calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. Reggie Jackson on the first base side and Ryan Ingerman on the third base side. Your umpires for today's game between Dickinson and Jamestown. That one fired foul into the netting just in front of the first base grandstand. We'll stay right where we're at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2, swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike. Throw up to second. And did he get him? No, he did not. He is safe. They'll go into the books as a strikeout.
Number 28, shortstop Cale Verkey.
On Sortland, as Preston Gall will get credit for a stolen base. Cale Verkey, the batter now here for Jamestown. And with 2 away, Jamestown has a runner in scoring position. They just need a base hit to tie this one up. And that one will get away into the backstop, allowing Preston Gall to move over to third. And now the Eagles get 90 feet closer. One 1-0 to Verkey. Gillick will set, wind, and deliver. And that one's going to get through to the backstop. Preston Gall is going to come in. He will slide in, and he'll beat the throw back to Gillick at home plate. And the Eagles have tied the game. It's 1-1. So Preston Gall will score on a wild pitch. 2 balls and no strikes to Verkey. Nobody on base. Tie ball game 1-1. And there's a strike. 2-1. Throws what appeared to be a curveball. Remember seeing in a program advice to other players is don't throw a fastball on a 2-0 count down the middle. And that almost looked like a fastball until it dipped right at the very end, going right down the middle on that 2-0 count. But we'll say he got lucky on that one. 3-1. And that one will pop away, and Verke reaches base on a walk, and I'll bring up Ethan Ottley. And we'll also bring out the coaches to the mound here for the Dickinson Rough Riders. Once again, a big thank you to our sponsors, Buffalo Wild Wings, Doolittle's Wood Fire Grill, Sweet Shots in Fargo, Sanford Health. Certainly appreciate all their support throughout the season and for the state tournament. Certainly appreciate you tuning in and watching the games today. Once again, each game will have their independent watch link with the exception of the championship game. If that championship game goes 2 games, then both games will be on the same watch link. It'll be treated like any other doubleheader that we'd broadcast during the regular season. And then, depending on how West Fargo does in this tournament, either West Fargo and one other team will advance to West Fargo for that Central Plains Regional. This year, the state champion and state runner-up advance in all the states, with the exception of North Dakota, with West Fargo getting that automatic bid. And a ball to Ethan Ottley. So 1-0. 2 away here in the top of the second. We're closing in on the 30-minute mark of the ball game already. Swing and a miss, and a throw out the first, and sliding back in time is Cale Verke. 1-1. And ball, 1 strike, 1 runner on, and a 1-1 ball game here in the top of the second. Here in game number 1 of the state tournament. Remains 1-1 as Gillick tries to pick off Verke. Now he'll wind and deliver, and this one, oh, and it hit Cale Verke. So Cale Verke's out, and that will end the inning. You don't see that happen too often, but that's the unfortunate end to the top of the second here for the Jamestown Eagles. It looked like that was going to be a base hit into right field, potentially advancing Cale Verke all the way over to third, potentially. And instead, he cannot get out of the way of the ball, and he gets smacked on the way to second, and that will bring a conclusion to the middle of the top of the second. So we go to the middle of 2. We'll be back with the bottom of 2 right after this.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning here. Christian Tibor is going to be the batter. It's batter 7, 8, 9, the bottom half of the order here for the Dickinson Rough Riders. And a quick 0-2 count here to Christian Tibor. We'll also see Easton Hegela and Nick Sobolek descending here for Dickinson. And he'll reach and push that foul off the first base side. We'll stay at 0-2. So no runs in the top of the first, a run in the bottom of the first, and a run in the top of the second. 1 run on 3 hits for Dickinson, 1 run on 1 hit for Jamestown so far. And a ball there for a 1-2 count. And that one, did it hit him? No, it's a dead ball. So we'll treat it as an unofficial strike, fouled away pitch, and we'll stay at 1-2 and do it over again. Once again, temperatures throughout the first 2 days of the tournament are supposed to be in the upper 80s to low 90s for all 4 games. So at least that's the last time I looked at the hour-by-hour forecast. And of course, as you know, living in North Dakota, that hour-by-hour forecast can change quickly. I'm not a meteorologist, but I probably might have better accuracy than some meteorologists. As a base hit out into center field there for Christian Tibor, we'll bring up Easton Hegela.
Batting eighth, number 8, first baseman Easton Hughlin.
I wonder if I misspelled it. I'll go with Hughlin. I'll double check these spellings here. So a quick meeting at the mound here for Jorison Newman and second baseman Ottilie. Oh, no, that's the coach. Never mind. He was squaring up for a bunt, and he did not get him. That was close. Tibor gets a stolen base. It was a good throw up to second, but just a little bit off to the left side of the bag, and the tag came a hair late. Pitch came across as a strike, so it's 0-1. Newman will look back at second. Now the bunt is squared up again, and that one eventually rolls foul. Just took a while, but we'll have an 0-2 count now, and that'll more than likely eliminate the bunt idea. Nick Sobolek, kind enough to hand the bat back to his teammate there as he's the batter in the on-deck circle. Nobody out, runner on second, it's Christian Tibor. And now they'll throw it back, and Verke alert enough to know that that was going to be trouble if he would have moved, and he was able to block it and keep Tibor at second base. So some key alertness there from the Jamestown shortstop. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that missed. Outside for a ball, 1-2. Now time is called here. And the 1-2, swing and a miss. And he goes down swinging on strikes, and that's out number 1. Brings up Nick Sobolek.
Number 7, the left fielder, Nick Sobolek.
He was looking to square up there, pulled it back and jumped out of the way quick enough, so that ball came inside for a ball. 1-0 the count now here to Sobolik. We'll stare back at second. Oh, and it's going to be a strike as the bat went flying down the third base line as it slipped out of the hands of Sobolik. And he will head back to get, I don't know if it's his bat or a different bat, but he's in the dugout right now. And he went to get a batting glove. I've seen that happen one other time. I think it was a couple years ago when West Fargo was playing in the Gopher Classic at Northwestern University in St. Paul. And I remember calling that game, and the bat left the batter's hand and flew over the fence and into the stands. And that was the first time in my career I had seen a bat go flying. This is the second time. One ball, 2 strikes. Make that 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seen a couple of oddball things this season. That certainly ranks up there as one of the top moments of oddball moments. He'll reach for that one, a little bouncing ball right over to Gaynor, and they lose track of it. Rounding third is Tibor. He will score, and it will be a hit, possibly an error too, and yes, they will give it a hit and an error. And a run scores, and Dickinson takes a 2-1 lead. That brings up Camden Kubis as we turn it back to the top of the order. So unofficially, 33 pitches for Newman through the first 9 batters. So a couple pickoff attempts, and now Nick Sobolik on first is slow to get back up. Not sure the reasoning for him laying face down for longer than usual, but now a square up for a bunt, and now he will steal. I think they got him, they did. They'll take the runner off base, put the second out on the board. Pitch comes across as a strike. It's finally 0-1 after 2 pickoff attempts, and then a pulled back square up for a bunt. Nick Sobolik gets caught stealing. He's out. That's 2 away. And now strike 2 here to Kubis with the bases empty. And that one will miss outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Here's the windup and the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and he got him. A strikeout to close out the second inning of play. And that'll bring us to the 1-2-3 batters for Jamestown here in the top of the third when we return. So after 2 in the books, it's Dickinson 2 and the Jamestown Eagles 1. And for Newman, they got him at 45. That's what I have him at. Awesome. I love it when that happens. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Oh, come on. You got to box out. That's the problem with kids these days. No fundamentals.
Fundamentals?
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just gotta box out. Box out. Box out. Oh, look at this guy. He can't get past me. I'm lining my hooves because I'm a Buffalo. Box out. Double box out.
It's gonna be that way.
Box out. See what I'm saying? It's just fundamentals. What? What's wrong with your faces?
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, welcome back. Two complete. We move to the top of the third. It's a 2-1 game in favor of the Dickinson Rough Riders here in Game 1 of the 2024 State AA Legion Baseball Tournament from Starry Bank Field in Fargo. Jeremiah Gillick delivers a pitch outside to Thomas Newman, and it catches the edge for a strike. Newman grounded out. He's 0 for 1 in this game. And he's 0 for 1 on the count now as well. There's a second pitch, and that one will not make it to the plate all the way, and we will even up the count at a ball and a strike, 1-1. Once again, Grant will come in for the next game between Grand Forks and Williston. Then we'll have 4 games for you tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock. Bismarck versus Mandan will be the opening matchup tomorrow. West Fargo will play one of these two teams. Fargo Post 2 will play one of the next two teams. And then our nightcap will be the Fargo Post 400 Stars taking on Minot in Game 4 tomorrow, or Game 6 of the tournament. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Thomas Newman. And this one bounces slowly out towards Kovash. He got it over there quickly enough for the 6-3 ground out.
Left fielder number 12. A correction pinch hitter. Batting for Wallsby number 17, Caden Hawkinson.
Caden Hawkinson will step into the number 2 slot here for Jamestown. It'll be his first plate appearance of this state tournament. He'll take his first pitch for ball 1. So he'll be a pinch hitter. That's how they'll categorize that. And the 1-0. And this one, a high bouncer, and from third to they got him. That was not easy. Jack Price timed it just right though and fired it over for the 5-3 ground out. And now we have 2 away here. You call that a ground out officially, but it's more of a high bounce out. If that's what I would call it anyway. 2 away and a fastball down the middle for strike 1. Tyson Jorison, the batter. Grounded out to second last time, so he's 0 for 1. Swing, and he may have gotten a piece of that. Either way, it's strike 2. And that one's going to be fouled off and out of play down the first base side. And we'll have 4 more games for you on Wednesday, 4 more on Thursday, 3 on Friday, and 1, maybe 2 on Saturday. Is how the bracket will play out. We got a 10-team tournament covering 6 days of action here. And that one's a little high for a ball. We're at 1-2 now. And that one will miss to even it up at 2-2. Here's the windup and the 2-2 from Gillick. And that one smacked right into center field. Right over the hill to Gillick. Second baseman and shortstop were split, and that went right down the middle like a strike in bowling. Base hit and a runner on. Jackson Colpin. Colpin flied out to shallow center. Nice grab there by Jack Price at third. He throws it up to second to get the force out on Jorison. Colpin will get credit for a fielder's choice, and that will put an end to the top of the third.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. Pitch count to Jillick. Through 3 innings of play is empty, 5-0 through 3.
All right, we'll take a break, and we'll be back with the bottom of the third right after this. Stay tuned.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
All right, welcome back. It'll be batters 2, 3, and 4.
For Dickinson, third baseman number 5, Jack Price.
We have some defensive changes here for Jamestown in the outfield. I got my binoculars with me. I didn't hear our PA announcer, Brad Anderson, what he said. I just know that there's changes. So as soon as I get a chance, I'll find out what those changes are and let you know. There's a 6-3 ground out. Verke over to Gaynor for 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Shortstop number 15, Jace Kovash.
Jace Kovash. First pitch will miss. Wait, hold on 1 second here. Okay, it will indeed be ball 1. Kovash 1 for 1 with an infield single last time he was at the plate. And this one's popped up left field. Well, not quite left field, more like shortstop position. And making the grab there is Verke. So 3 pitches and 2 outs. Kyler Kuderna. Is the batter. And he was the 1 for 1 with a single. This time he'll ground out on the 4-3. So it's a quick 1-2-3 inning. Took 4 pitches for Newman to get through the bottom of the third. We have 3 with the bow on it now, and it's 2-1 Dickinson here heading into the 4th. We'll be back in a moment on MSPN Digital Television.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
3 innings of play complete. We got a 2-1 score here in a fairly good ball game between the Rough Riders and the Eagles here at Starry Bank Field in the first game of the 2024 state tournament. Legion AA baseball. In 5 days from now, we'll crown a champion. Until then, we have a lot of baseball to bring you here on MSPN Digital Television. And not much can be said on who might end up as that said champion.
For the Eagles, center fielder number 13, Preston Gall.
Preston Gall, he reached base on a walk last time he was at the plate. So he's 0 for 0. Gaynor and Sortland will be the other 2 batters ascending here for Jamestown. That one's fouled off for strike 1. That one won't make it to the plate. We're even at a ball and a strike. Bounces off the turf into the glove of Tibor. And the 1-1 delivery. And just a little bit low, 2-1. It was over the middle of the plate, but a little bit too close to the sneakers there, Preston Gall. 2-1, swung on and in my left hand had it not been for the netting right there. And we'll go two balls and 2 strikes now. Swing and a miss. And that is another strikeout here for Gillick. That's the first out of the inning.
First baseman, number 5, Bennett Gaynor.
Bennett Gaynor, 0 for 1. Popped out into an infield fly rule last time he was at the plate. Even though the ball dropped to the ground, it allowed his teammate to advance a base, but he was out. Strike. Clipped the inside edge of the plate on that pitch there from Gillick. And there's another strike. So we're at 1-2 now. Bennett Gaynor, Adam Sortland, the batter on deck. And this one will be fouled out of the batter's box. We'll stay at 1-2. Two runs on 4 hits and 1 committed error by Jamestown for Dickinson. 1 run on 2 hits and no committed errors for Dickinson for Jamestown. Up to this point in the contest. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swung on, and that's right off the glove of Gillick. And the second baseman will pick it up. And now he's going to try for second base. No, he's not. He's going to change his mind. And he got to get back to first quickly there, and he did. So another base hit here for, they'll go into the books as a, no, they will charge as an error.
Fielder number 16, Adam Sortland.
They put a hit on the scoreboard originally, and then they canceled it out and put an error, so they must have mistakenly hit the wrong button, which threw me off. I've run that scoreboard before. It's easy to hit that wrong button. As long as you get it correct, that's all that matters. Hit as many wrong buttons as you want, in theory, as that one's fouled away. Sortland went down swinging on strikes last time he was at the plate. So he's 0 for 1 as a result. And this one's a little bit high, so we're now at a ball and a strike. So one's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in a 1-run ball game with 1 runner on first base. That runner being Bennett Gaynor. Inside, ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike. 2-1, 1 bouncer to third, up to second, fire over to first, and it is safe at first. So they get the force out at second base to put out number 2 on the board, but they can't put a bow on the top of the 4th with the potential double play. So Sortland will reach on a fielder's choice, now bring up Cale Verkey. And now that ball will escape into the new wall decorations and along the first baseline. They got a similar one on the third baseline. One on the first base side says 2021 American Legion World Series. Of course, the Fargo Post 400 Stars were able to play their way down to Shelby that year. And the one on the third base side says 2021 Central Plains Regional Champs. Or champions, I guess, to be more official. Ooh, that one came up a little bit high, and one ball, no strike. So far, Jamestown has left 3 on base. Dickinson's left 2 on base in this contest up to this point. This one, nice block there by Tibor to keep Sortland on second base. We're at 3 balls and no strikes here to Cale Verkey. Cale Verkey walked last time. Now he's potentially a pitch away from walking a second time with Ethan Ottley on deck. 2 away, though, so Verkey would have to reach base with no outs occurring. We'll see if that happens or not. 3 balls, no strikes. Look back at second and delivers the pitch for a strike. 3-1. For a split moment there, I thought it was going to be a little bit high for ball 4, but it did drop into that strike zone at the last moment. 3-1 pitch. Now he'll walk. And he walked on a 3-1 pitch last time as well. And now Ethan Ottley, who got a single. But first, Dickinson's going to have another trip to the mound here. And we'll see if it's just a visit or if it's more than a visit. Looks like it's going to be just a visit at this point in time. So Adam Sortland on second, Kyle Verkey on first. The runner's on for Jamestown here in a 2-1 ball game. Dickinson has the lead. Jamestown trying to change that here in the top of the 4th.
For Jamestown, second baseman number 21, Ethan Ottley.
All right, so Ethan Ottley had an infield hit last time he was at the plate. They'll throw back to second. That was close, but back in time is Sortland. Once again, it's Sortland on second and Verkey on first. The runner's on for Jamestown. 2 away here in the top of the 4th. ball, no strike. These two teams played earlier this season on June 11th in Dickinson. Dickinson would lose the first game by the score of 5-4. And Dickinson would pick up a victory in the second game, 6-5 in that doubleheader against Jamestown. So they split. And now, whoever wins this guy, he'll be hit by a pitch, and that'll load the bases. And we have our first bases loaded scenario here in the state tournament. Coming in the top of the fourth with 2 away for Jamestown, and now Jamestown gets a chance to play some 2-out bingo here with Jeremiah Gillick and the Rough Riders. Thomas Newman 0 for 2, ground out to first, ground out to short. As we return to the top of the order for Jamestown. And that one will be blocked in front by Tibor, keeping the runners in check at their respective bases. Puts ball 1 onto the scoreboard. Big opportunity here for Jamestown. We'll see if Gillick can pitch the Rough Riders out of it. 1-1. And a big pitch here. If you're Gillick and the Rough Riders, you're looking for strike 2. And you're not looking for a base hit into center field. That will score Sortland from third and Berkey from second. And the Jamestown Eagles on an RBI single, on a 2-run RBI single by Thomas Newman, retake the lead, or take the first lead, I should say, at 3-2.
Right fielder number 17, Caden Hawkinson.
So runners on first and second now, with Jamestown in the 1-run lead. And that one somehow gets into the strike category. 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's probably a pitch that he would like back. It's Caden Hawkinson, the batter. He's 0 for 1, popped out his last time up. And this one's going to bounce away, and quickly Tibor moves to his right, and the runners stay put. Ball 1. So Jamestown scores a pair of runs on 2 outs, and a base hit could get him another one here. See if Hawkinson can find that base hit or not. And another near fatal disaster there that could have put Ottilie on third, but instead it's just ball 2. And you got 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And this one hit hard on a bouncer towards Kovash. He'll fire it over to second, and they get him out. A few woes from the fans in attendance, as it almost looked like Kubis's foot came off the bag as Newman was sliding in, but that's not the case according to the umpire out there in the field. And we will now go to the bottom of the 4th. Jamestown gets a pair of runs to take a 3-2 lead. So we go to the middle of the 4th, with the bottom of the 4th coming up here in 60 seconds. Stay tuned.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hank! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered, but did he get 6 free wings?
Yep.
No! That's why I love bourbon barbecue wings!
Wow.
That was something.
You didn't like it.
No.
I mean, I used to sing on cruises.
What made you stop?
The cruises. Bourbon barbecue wings!
And that one will find its way into center field. Right center field, to be more specific. And they will charge it as an error. So now both teams have 2 errors.
Right fielder number 6, Will Eason.
So Jillick, who had a single earlier, now reaches base on an error. Now bring up Will Eason, who grounded out to second base last time he was at the plate. He's 0 for 1 as a result. Snap throw up to first, one bounce, and it's batted down there by Bennett Gaynor. And Jillick's back in time at first, and it's ball 1, I believe. Yeah, ball 1. It should be ball 1. And it is indeed. And that one's hit well to left field. And he lost it in the sun, and it'll drop for a base hit. So now both teams have 4 hits and both teams have 2 errors. I take that back. 5 hits to 3. I put the hit on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Otherwise, it would have been 4 and 4. So Will Eason now gets that hit out into left field. Moves Jillick up to second. Brings up Christian Tibor. 1 for 1. Smacked a single right into center field. Now he bunts this one foul down the first base line. Strike 1. So you got 2 runners on and nobody out. And Dickinson, after giving up those 2 runs and giving up the lead, are looking to take that lead right back. And they're in a good position to do just that at the moment. We'll see how the next couple batters go here for the Rough Riders. Here's the 0-1. They'll square up for the bunt. And that will be a success. Oh, did he come off? Oh, no, he didn't. I thought for a moment he came off. It'll be a successful sacrifice bunt to move Jillick to third and Easton up to second. That'll bring up
First baseman number 8, Easton Hugler.
Easton Hugler. Strike 2. And now Bach is called. That'll bring in Jillick from third. And we have a tie ball game once again. So it's 0-2. Will Easton, the runner on third. Tie ball game, 1 away. Newman winds and delivers. This one sent out into right field and deep. And it is on the run. The catch is made by Adam Sortland. Tagging on third is Will Easom. And on the sac fly by Hugela, it is now a 4-3 ball game, and Dickinson has the lead right back.
Fielder number 7, Nick Sobolik.
So that will clear the bases. And Nick Sobolik, who reached on an error last time, does a... He's able to check his swing according to first base umpire Reggie Jackson. And now it's a 2-ball, no strike count here to Sobolik. And now he swings and misses and takes a strike. Once again, he reached on an error last time he was at the plate, so he's 0 for 1. And a swing and a miss there and a big cut. We're at 2-2. And that one will not quite make it into the strike zone. We have a full count now. Hour and 12 minutes into the ball game now. Swing and a miss, strikeout. So that puts the Raps on 4 innings of play and some pair of runs for both teams in the 4th inning, and that puts Dickinson back in front at 4-3. And we'll be back with more here. We'll start that 5th inning of play here in about 60 seconds.
Doolittle's Wood Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
All right, welcome back. Starting Bank Field here in Fargo, just off 42nd Street. If you know where the Red River Zoo is at, about a block, 2 blocks south of the zoo. And the first pitch here to Tyson Jorison is going to make it in for ball 1. So if you're just tuning in, Dickinson scored first in the bottom of the first to take a 1-0 lead. Is that one will stay? No, that's going to go foul. So strike 1. I lost my train of thought. I got a text message right as that play was being made, and I forgot what I was saying right before that play. If I remember it, I'll finish my thought, but sorry about that. And that one comes in for a ball. So we're at 1-1. Oh, I was going over the scoring recapping. So Dickinson scored first in the bottom of the first to take a 1-0 lead. Jamestown would tie it up in the top of the second. Dickinson would retake the lead at 2-1 in the bottom of the second. Neither team would score in the third. Jamestown would take the lead with 2 runs in the top of the fourth, and Dickinson takes the lead back with 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth. And did he make the catch? No signal from the ump yet. I thought he made the catch, but I guess he didn't. So a fouled away pitch, and we're at a full count at 3-2. Jillick with a payoff pitch. And smack fouled on the third base side. So he'll get a second payoff pitch here at the 1 hour, 17-minute mark of the ball game. And that one's pushed foul off to the opposite side. So he's fouled off the last 3 in a row now. And he stays alive at a 3-2 count. And that'll be a walk. So another runner on for Jamestown in a 4-3 ball game.
Third baseman number 18, Jackson Colvin.
And now we have a visit to the mound. This is the 3rd or 4th visit to the mound for Dickinson. I don't suspect Jillick may be staying on the mound this time, but we'll see if I'm wrong. And that will indeed do it for Jillick. We'll get his official pitch count numbers. We'll take a break. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is in just a moment here on MSPN Digital Television.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Oh, come on! You gotta box out! That's the problem with kids these days. No fundamentals.
Fundamentals?
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just gotta box out! Box out! Box out! Oh, look at this guy. He can't get past me. I'm blinded by hooves because I'm a Buffalo. Box out! Double box out!
It's gonna be that way.
Box out! See what I'm saying? It's just fundamentals. What? What's wrong with your faces?
All right, still in the top of the 5th, pitching change and a couple other changes here for Dickinson. So your new pitcher is Jack Price. He'll come in from left field. Jeremiah Jillick will go out to left field. Tyler Danbaum will come into the game to play third. That's it. That's the only changes. Everybody else is still in the spots that they were when they started the game. Safe at first on the pickoff attempt. Jackson Colpin is the batter. And Colpin will bounce it down the first base line. And a toss to first will allow his teammate Jorison to move to second base. Puts an out on the board, puts a runner in scoring position, and brings up Preston Gall. So 1-3 on the throw out at first. Preston Gall 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout swinging in that order on his 2 trips to the plate so far today in this state tournament. 1 ball, no strike as that one bounces in. Bennett Gaynor moves into the on-deck circle with 1 away. We'll see him next with the exception of a double play. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that one bounces right to first. It's a direct ground out for the second out, and that will advance Jorison over to third. So Preston Gall with a unassisted ground out. U3 if you're scoring at home. Jorson to third. Bennett Gaynor now. Called out on an infield fly rule and then reached base on an error. On his 2 trips to the plate, so he's reached base 1 of 2 times, but he's 0 for 2 officially. That one's going to be popped up and caught by the shortstop, Jace Kovacs.
First baseman, number 5, Bennett Gaynor.
Okay, so we only have, for some reason I had 2 outs on the board. We have 2 outs now. My apologies on that. Jorson, the runner on second. And he'll throw it back to second, but Jorson's safe. And now a 3-0 count. And a strike is called there. So on a 3-0 count, Jack Price will get the strike. And we'll see if he can put a second strike on the board with this pitch or not. 3-1. Ooh, and that one nearly hit the elbow. It'll walk him anyway, and now runners on first and second.
Left fielder number 16, Adam Sortland.
Adam Sortland's 0 for 2. Struck out swinging his first time up, reached on a fielder's choice his second time up. And that one will bounce around, and it'll be 1 ball, no strike. Gabe asked if we're doing the regional. No, we're not doing the regional. We plan to, but there was a miscommunication, so I'm not exactly sure what West Fargo's plan is for putting video on for that game. The guy who would have the answer is in attendance tonight. In between games, I can ask him and maybe come up with an answer for you, Gabe. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a little high, 2 balls and a strike. Once again, Adam Sortland, the batter. We will have the regional next year, though. I can tell you that for sure, Gabe. We'll be right here at this field. Looking forward to it. It's always nice to see some teams you don't see too often. In most cases, more than once a year. (3-1) and strike 2. Got it in there. So full count. Back-to-back batters with full counts. You walked the last one. 2 away. We'll see if he can get out of a 2 runners on situation or not. And he hits him and he loads the bases.
Shortstop, number 28, Cale Verkey.
So Cale Verkey will have a bases loaded opportunity here with 2 outs on the board. 1 hour and 25 minutes, time of the game this time. And this one is sent up to right field. Will it drop for a hit? Yes, no it won't. Will Easom makes the catch out in right field, and that will do it for 4.5 innings of play.
No runs, no hits, no errors. It's round 3.
So 3 left on base, and it's a 1-run ball game at 4-3 in favor of Dickinson here through 4.5 played. We'll be back in a moment with more on MSPN Digital Television.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Welcome back. We move to the bottom of the 5th. The Rough Riders have their 1-run lead and an opportunity to add to that here in the home half of the 5th. We're 1 hour and 27 minutes into the first ball game of 18, possibly 19 of this 2024 State AA Legion Baseball Tournament. Starting Bank Field here in Fargo, Sanford Health, Buffalo Wild Wings, Doolittle's Woodfire Grill, and Sweet Shots in Fargo, bringing you coverage of the state tournament this year, and we certainly appreciate their support. And wherever you're watching from and whatever team you're cheering for, we wish that team the best of luck here in this year's state tournament. One ball, no strike. Once again, the batter is Camden Kubis. He's 0 for 2. Pop out to the second baseman, and a strikeout swing. 2 balls and no strikes now here to Kubis. Nick Sobolik and Jace Kovash. It's the top of the order. Batters 1, 2, and 3 for Dickinson here in the bottom of the 5th. And a strike is called. It's 2-1. And now it's 2-2. Gabe says go Keybirds. They're playing next, right after this game, against the Grand Forks Royals. And Grant Hubbard and Chayton Sen will have the coverage of that game for you, as I'll step aside to run scoreboard, or I don't know. They're having me do something in the next game. I know that. Whatever it is, that's what I'll be doing. 2-2. And I'll hit him, and Kubis reaches base. Nick Sobolik, the batter now.
Pitcher number 5.
Oh,
Jack
I'm sorry, it's Jack Price. I forgot to make that switch in my batting lineup when they changed the pitcher. My apologies on that. Jack Price, 0 for 2, with a fly out and a ground out. That one's going to go into right field. That will allow Kubis to reach second. He'll slide in. That last pitch came in as a strike. And Price will lift that one up and push it foul off the first base side and out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. he'll swing and miss on that one. We'll stay at 1-2. Well, swing and foul it away. One-two. That one hangs over to the plate and right center field. Center fielder Preston Gall makes the catch. Runner Kubis will stay at second base, and out one is recorded.
First off, number 15, Jace Kovac.
Kovac 1 for 2. Infield single and a fly out to the shortstop. Or a pop out. Probably a better way to word that one. And that one will bounce in for ball one. Jace Kovac, the batter. And that one will come in for ball two, as it causes Kovac to dance a little bit, and now he'll take this one to left field, a line drive, and it's going to be a base hit. Caden Hawkinson in left field made a dive for it. So that'll go into the books as a double. Kubis will hold tight at third, and you've got runners on, 2 runners in scoring position now for Kyler Kudrna. And that'll be thrown out. Runners will stay put. Second out recorded.
Left fielder number 10, Jeremiah Jillick.
And Jillick, 1 for 2. Single to left, and he snuck it by the third baseman and then reached on an error, charges the second baseman earlier on his last trip to the plate. So 2 away now as time will be called as Newman will reset on the mound. Once again, the runners on are Kubis on third, Kovac on second. And there's a strike. Looked like an inside fastball, and it broke at the last moment, kind of catching Jillick off guard a little bit. 0-1. And this is off the handle of the bat, maybe even his fingertips. That one cannot be pleasant if that is the case. And we got strike 2. Striking a fouled away pitch is how that one, last one will be recorded. 0-2, 2 away, and 2 runners on second and third. 1-run ball game at the moment. And this one comes off the handle of the bat, and it's mishandled there by Cale Verkley. And that will allow Kubis to score. And that'll be an error charge to the shortstop. So Jillick reaches on an error. He gets an RBI as part of that error. Kubis will score on the same error. Kovac will advance to third on the same error, and you got runners on the corners now. And this one, hard hit ball bouncing to Ottilie at second, and they'll toss it over to Verke, the shortstop, for the out at second. And that will strand 2 on base and put a bow on the 5th inning of play.
84 through 5, the Rough Riders had a run, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. 2 men left on base, 5-3 Riders after 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, 5-3. Yeah, I forgot to add the run earlier. Let me put that on right now before we exit this inning here. Okay. think I know what the problem is. So we're going to keep it live here, and we'll fix that issue and be right back. All right, welcome back. Top of the 6th. That one's going to right field. Could be a base hit. It'll go all the way to the fence. And he's going to try for a triple, and he is going to make it. Head first slide on a leadoff triple.
Pitcher number 9, Thomas Newman.
Ethan Ottley with that leadoff triple. And that's a good way for Jamestown to get back into this one, trailing by 2.
Right fielder number 17, Caden Hawkinson.
And that one almost cut off by the shortstop. That prevents the double steal and puts 2 runners in scoring position here for Jamestown. Pitch comes across as a ball. It's 1-0. And where'd that one go? I looked away for a second. To the shortstop, and they'll fire it over to first. They get the out. Ottley scores from his leadoff triple. Newman at third, and 1 out on the board and 1 runner on now.
Catcher number 1, Tyson Jorison.
And Jamestown is back within a run at 5-4. This one fouled off the third base side. We got an old 1 ball, no strike count. So 6-3 RBI ground out for Hawkinson, scores Ottilie, moves Newman to third. And now Joris in the batter. And that one, nice grab there by Kubis. Can he get it over to first? He can. Back home, and no, it's going to go into the backstop. And we have a tie ball game as Thomas Newman scores, and it's 5-5.
Third baseman number 18, Jackson Colpin.
All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Jackson Colpin 0 for 2. Fly out, fielder's choice, sacrifice bunt. His 4th plate appearance of the game. Inside, did it curve back in? No, it did not. It was close though. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there's a strikeout. Sends him down looking. So they leave none stranded, but they get a pair of runs to tie this game up at 5. And after 5.5, we got a tie ball game here between the Eagles and the Rough Riders here at the first game of the state tournament. It's been a good one so far. Who's going to pull it out? We got a couple of innings of baseball to find out the answer to that one. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Welcome back. Christian Tibor, the batter, and he will pop this one up. First baseman should have a chance at that one, and he does. Gainer will make the catch for out number 1. Could we see bonus baseball here in this first game of the tournament? Like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, these two played some 1-run ball games back on June 11th. 5-4 Jamestown in game 1, 6-5 Dickinson in game 2 of that doubleheader back on June 11th. And 1 ball, 1 strike here to Christian Tibor, or check that, to Easton Hugla. The 2-1, grounder to third, picked up there by Colpin. He fires it over, 5-3 ground out.
Third baseman, number 9, Tyler Danbaum.
Tyler Danbaum will
That's nice.
ground out as well. So a quick bottom of the 6th here for Jamestown on Dickinson. 3 up and 3 down, and we go now to the top, or to the bottom, top of the 7th. We're tied at 5 here in the first state tournament game, or the first game of the state tournament is what I meant to say. And we're going to the 7th to see if somebody can break this tie. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit doolittlesrestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
All right, so the first pitch here at the top of the 7th is in for strike 1 on Preston Gall, the batter here for Jamestown. And Preston Gall's going to left center field. He'll drop for a base hit. He's going to round first, head into second, and he slides in on the throw that was a little bit off the mark at second. That was a little bit too close of a call there, but he ends up getting a double out of it. And that immediately puts Jamestown in a position to score here with nobody out. And a nice base hit there by Preston Gall. Now we'll see if Bennett Gaynor can help out his team with another hit like that one. Maybe not, with not quite the same close call end result, but a hit nonetheless would be nice for the Jamestown fans tuning in. That one, that goes into the backstop, and now Preston Gall, after a double, gets to third on one pitch later. And Jamestown's has the potential lead 90 feet away. And that one is a base hit. That will score Gall from third. And the Jamestown Eagles have taken the lead here in the top of the 7th.
For Jamestown, batting for Adam Sortland, number 4, Brenner Weber.
I was on first. What happened? Over the accident, basically. stay close. The only team missing was Landon, but he didn't play well maybe all year. So I have to say that yes.
Brenner Weber is batting in the 7th spot now here for Sortland. He'll put a bunt down. Third baseman Dan Baum, comes in to make the play, and they get the out at second.
Shortstop number 28, K.O. Berkey.
Try to pick off at first there on Weber. And now another pick, snap throw up to first, but not quite there in time. Verke 0 for 1, a pair of walks and a fly out to right field. In a 6-5 ball game, you get this odd feeling that the scoring is not done yet for both of these teams. The way that this game is going, it would not surprise me if both teams scored again. And that hit him, or did it hit his bat? No, they will award him the base. It hit him and maybe hit the bat second. Either way, he gets awarded the base, and it's first and second now here for Jamestown. Top of the 7th brings up Ethan Ottley. Ottley's 2 for 2. He had a single, was hit by a pitch, and then had the leadoff triple and later came in to score. And we have a visit to a sort of visit to the mound just from the catcher, Tibor. And now the coach will come out, and Tibor, after he's 75% of the way back, will turn around and join his team. And I think this is just going to be a conversation. Yep, certainly looks that way. He's not asking for the ball yet. Jack Price coming in the, I believe it was the 5th inning, if I remember correctly. And he's done well. We're at the 1 hour and 53-minute mark of the ball game now here. Once again, we got Williston and Grand Forks coming up at approximately 7 o'clock, 7:30, all depending on when this game gets over with. Ottley 2 for 2, single, hit by a pitch and a triple. And surprised they didn't call a balk there. I think a couple of fans were thinking the same thing. And the pitch is low for a ball. It's 1-0. Thomas Newman is a scheduled batter, and he is indeed in the on-deck circle. Here's a bouncer right to Kovash, to second, over to first. No, they will not get it at first. That's the fourth double play that has not successfully been turned by both teams combined in this contest. So as a result, runners on the corners. As Ottley will reach on a fielder's choice on the force out at second. Pushes Weber to third. Verke out at second. Ottley safe on first, and a grounder to second. Flip back over to Kovash for the force out, and they will strand 2 on base, and that will do it for the top of the 7th. So Dickinson needs to score at least 1 run to force more, or 2 to walk it off and win. We'll see if one of those 2 happen. And when we return after this, stay tuned. Coming right back.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To to provide options beyond the expected, to help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
All right, welcome back. Rough Riders find themselves down 1 after scoring first in this game. And Thomas Newman, check that. I'll put somebody else in.
Dickinson, second baseman, number 2, Cam Kubis.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong roster, that's why. Camden Kubis 0 for 2, fly out to right. Struck out swinging. Last time he was up, he was hit by a pitch. The 0-1 fouls it away for 0-2. And he got him. Strikeout. I'll put the first out on the board and bring up Jack Price.
Pitcher number 5, Jack Price.
Price is 0 for, check that. He's 0 for 3. Fly out to right, ground out to short, another fly out to right. And a strike delivered there. That one's going out towards right field, and that will drop in foul territory, and we'll go to a 1-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, no runners on, and a 6-5 ball game, and time is called as Price will step out, and then he'll step back in. Swing and a miss. Got him. Strikeout. And that'll put out number 2 into the books, and that'll bring up Jace Kovash. With 2 outs, it's up to Kovash to keep this thing going. He's had a pretty good day so far. He's 2 for 3. Single to left field, a fly out to the shortstop, and an infield single. In reverse order of how I just said it. 1 ball, no strike. We've hit the 2-hour mark of this ball game now. And there's strike 1. 1-1 pitch, and that could drop. He did not make the catch. It's going to be a base hit, as they will not charge an error to a diving outfielder. And that will put a runner on. That puts the tying run on, brings up Kyler Kundra. So that's 5 runs on 7 hits now for Dickinson. So Kovash on first, pitch high, swing and a miss. Climbed the ladder, paid the price. 0-1. Runner goes. It's a hit and run, and picking it up there's Gaynor, and he steps over Gets it to Newman on the short toss, beats Kudra to first base, and that's your ball game. The Jamestown Eagles win over the Dickinson Rough Riders in a fantastic ball game by the final score of 6-5 here in the first game of the 2024 State AA North Dakota Legion Baseball Tournament. So Jamestown will face West Fargo in the second game tomorrow at approximately 1:30. And Fargo Post 2 will await the winner of our next game between Williston and Grand Forks. Your final in game 1, 6-5. Head over to that second watch link and we will go off air now and get things set up for that second one. Grant will be in for the call on that game. And we'll talk to you again here in about 30 minutes here on MSPN Digital Television.
Has been a copyrighted presentation of MSPN Digital Television. Visit us online at our website and by searching MSPN DTV on most social media platforms. Thanks for watching MSPN Digital Television.